CVA's AccuraSeries, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust-proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's time to go over and do this week's Pictures of the Week. This week's Pictures of the Week being sponsored by our friends over at Flowers Garden Center and Deer Processing. They're at 4550 Eatons Creek Road in Nashville, Tennessee. They'll be getting that garden center ready to go, and it won't be long. You'll be able to go in there and they'll take care of all of your gardening and flower needs. Be sure to tell them thank you for all they do for us here at the show. All right, guys, our first picture here, this is Darren Elliott, and Darren, I want to mention, he was the winner of our fishing trip we gave away, Dayton, with Bobby Gentry up on Dale Hollow. They went out and fished yesterday, and they had several good fish, and this is one of them. We appreciate you sharing that with us, Darren, and I know you had a good time fishing with our buddy Bobby up there, too, so congratulations on that. All right, here's David Weber. This is a 14 3/4-inch crappie from Percy Priest Lake.
That's right. David goes quite a bit.
So he does. He catches a lot of crappie.
He does a lot of fishing.
He has shared some pretty big ones with us over the last few weeks. That's one of the better ones. Congratulations on that one. And here's another good one. This is Gene Pursley, and this is a nice crappie that they got on Kentucky Lake. So congratulations on that. I remember when Kentucky Lake was the crappie. You know, that's right. I mean, if you talk crappie, you talk Kentucky Lake. But I hear it's made a fairly good comeback.
It's making a big comeback over there.
That's good news. And we appreciate you sharing that picture with us. You guys can send your pictures to us here, 474 James Robertson Parkway, or get them to me on Facebook or on the email there on the screen, or we'll share them here on the show just as soon as we can. All right, guys, welcome back to the studio. Hope you enjoyed that first segment there, putting out the trees for the fish habitat. Like we said, Jake, there's multiple fish species benefit from these. We think crappie and panfish a lot of times with these trees, but we've had, Dayton and I, matter of fact, have had one particular biologist that told us that they find big bass around these state beds and public beds and things all the time. He said, oh man, you wouldn't believe, and he said these boats will just run right past them all day long and never stop.
And they won't. It's like, I don't know, some guys, especially tournament anglers, we get it in our head. I can't fish. I can't be seen fishing that fishing tractor side. I gotta go find my own.
That's right.
And that's a mistake, because I'm gonna tell you something. At the Classic down there, I got a chance to watch out on the water, and they got fishing tractor sites. Guess where them boys fishing?
I guarantee.
They fishing where the fish are.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're placed there for. That is their purpose.
And like when we were talking to Jess, you get the crappie in there, the shad in there, the bluegill in there. That's food for Mr. Big Mouth and Mr. Large
Mouth. They hang around there.
Everything. Everything.
Smallmouth, largemouth, everything. Catfish, whatever you might be after will hang around those beds.
The food is there, the fish are there.
That's right. Now, what we're going to go over now, though, and focus on is more of an issue that we got going, okay? And that's our main subject tonight, and that's the trash. But what I do want to brag on for just a minute is what we were out doing that day is not that what we were doing, but the fact that you and the Bass Nation, the kids that you've got down there, we brag about them all the time, but y'all are constantly doing cleanup days, things like that. Not just Jake either, by the way. There are multiple directors, but a lot of these kids, I love, and of course there's other ones too, but the Nut Brothers, they always come to mind for me, because when we go to these things,
how can you not think of the Nut Brothers?
You know, they're out there all day long picking up trash, but these kids are learning what it takes to give back. So let's go on over to Normandy now and check out this cleanup.
Look it up in these woods, we'll get some more cuts for you, but the amount of trash on these waterways is out of control. We'll keep hitting on that. It's not just Normandy either, don't think it is. Percy Priest, Old History, Tennis Sport, you name it, all of them.
ice everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, we're just right there on the edge of the lake, and we picked up trash 30 yards up in the woods back there behind us. It's just out of control. And you see this everywhere you go on these lakes.
Yeah, there's always litter everywhere. We try to help keep Tennessee clean.
That's right. It's we got to keep Tennessee clean. The time even I've got grandkids, especially by the time you do, you know, where we're going to be then. You know, we just
It'll be worse than this.
yeah.
We got to start somewhere.
Be trash piled up to here by then, you know, and won't have any fish or anything else.
Clean water.
Yeah, clean water. I mean, our drinking water. I mean, guys, this is where our water comes from. This is the source of your water. And look at this. This is, look, us three have been standing in 20 feet from there to here, and this right here. And this is not the first time that Jake have been out here. This isn't the first time. And this is how much we already got.
I think over the last 7 years we've been cleaning up Normandy Lake Brandon. We get a big dumpster like sitting up there in the parking lot. We'll get some pictures of that later. We have filled that every year, and then University of Michigan or Michigan State University come in, and they brought 130 people with them. We filled up 2 of them off of this lake here alone. It's rampant all over middle Tennessee and all over Tennessee, period. If you drive the roadways, we've got to do something about this, folks.
That's right. And don't think it's just from the boats. You know, I hit this a little on it a while ago. But right here by the highway, you know, this trash, it gets thrown out of vehicles, blows out of your truck, you throw it out the window, you think, oh, it's just a Coke bottle. It's going to end up here. This is where it's coming.
Yep.
It's where it's going to end up. When you look on the side of the highway, you'll see those drains. There's a tag on the top of it that tells you drains to river. That's where that stuff goes. And until you get out here and really see this, it's hard to get a grasp on how bad this really is. I mean, this is one tiny little spot that we're standing in right now. And I think we've already filled up 7 or 8 bags. We've got guys coming back down the road with full bags down here. We've got guys back here filling up bags. We're right here in one little bitty spot on Normandy Lake. They did put some in the bag, they just didn't haul the bag off. But these woods that we're standing in right now, I mean, you can look over here, we got a shot of that, and then there's another spot up in here. It's literally hundreds, guys, I mean hundreds. Bottles, cans, plastic, you name it. Some of the guys found a water bed earlier. I mean, come on, a water bed.
We got to do better as a whole, as outdoors. We got to do better. We got to keep Tennessee clean.
You got to. Thank goodness we have Bass Nation and Tennessee Wildlife Federation and so many other organizations doing what they can. I mean, trying to do their part. But and this is uncalled for. Like this is somebody deserves some charges over something.
It's sad.
Really.
It is. You're right, right.
Shot of inside there.
TV. We've already got 8, 9. That's the 10th bag. Out of the 10 by 10, 10 by 10 square, 10 bags of garbage. And TV set.
And there's 20 more bags.
And people wonder why TVA is closing a lot of these areas off to where you cannot day camp down here or stay for more than just the daylight hours.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
And the problem is, this is not uncommon here in Tennessee. Everyone needs to take an initiative to pick up all the trash that they find, because if everyone would do that, it would be a lot cleaner and it'll be a lot better for years to come for the future generations. It really is ridiculous the amount of trash you see. Like, you might not be able to see behind us what it looks like, but if you come up here and stand, I mean, there's beer bottles and plastic water bottles everywhere.
You just got to share this stuff because people don't understand. We talk about it on the show all the time, and you know that's one of Dayton's very favorite subjects. We start talking about trash in the lake.
Yep.
And but they don't until you see it. You know, like earlier I was on that video live, and there's people commenting on it left and right. Until you see it, you don't understand. Yep. And that's our deal. Is we have to let people see. We want y'all to understand that we're not just sitting there talking about this week to week or whatever. I mean, this is real. This is right here in your own backyard. If everybody would leave the lake with one bag of trash this coming year, let's say the year 22, everybody that comes to the lake, just one. You know how much cleaner it'd be a heck of a lot cleaner. One bag.
Some of this might have some value. There's a company down in Georgia that is recycling plastic that is making millions of dollars off of these plastic water bottles. We need to get some of that stuff going here in Tennessee on it. They need a little bit of help from us, the sportsmen, and the people who like these, use the outdoors. Go out and give them a comment or support them. Look at their issues, and then they got Clean Tennessee on there underneath the issues tab, and read over what's going on.
All right, it's time for this week's Product of the Week. It's being sponsored by our friends over at Caney Fork Outdoors. Y'all can find them at cfoutdoors.com, or you can get off I-40 at the Center Hill Dam exit. Go to the bottom of the hill and make a right, and you'll see them there at the Big Rock Market. Let them get you full of some great food and get you out there on the beautiful Caney Fork River. They can take care of all your kayaking needs, and be sure to tell them thank you for all they do for us here at the show. All right, well, Jake says I'm introducing one of his Yankee rigs here tonight. Well, I'm glad to be introducing this. But no, this is when we switch over. Right now, we're on a jig bite pretty hard right now. Dayton, we're catching most of our fish on a jig, almost all of them. But we will switch over before too long where we'll start fishing late evenings and nights, and we'll start using some minnows, especially when we take the kids. And this is the rig that I use anytime I'm minnow fishing, sitting over top of a bed, or night fishing, either one with the drop lights. And this is my favorite here. These are from High Tech Fishing. Now this is a double rig, so it's got a double swivel. Your minnow can spin around and swim and swim. Nothing will ever hang up. It can just free spin. And I think the beads and everything thing in it actually just adds a little flash to it, and you will get more bites out of this rig, especially if you're night fishing. I promise you will get more bites out of this rig than you will just using a standard rig. But y'all can find them at your local bait shops. You can also go to www.htent.com if you'd like to order them that way. But get some of these before you start your down rig fishing with your minnows, and I guarantee you'll get more bites. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.